So PayPal, obviously the stock has started to run, right? This is since around the end of October, the last week of October. Baby's climbed 25%. And it's done pretty darn quickly. I mean, yeah, that's less than 2 month span there. And to climb 25%, that's a pretty fast move there, okay? Now, look at this. This is something we haven't talked about probably since PayPal launched it, but no one's really heard anything about this. And a lot of people are starting to get intrigued, like, what's going on here? PayPal. It's time for an update on PayPal's PYUSD stablecoin as its market cap and volume have grown immensely. After the flurry of exchanges and partnerships announced at the end of November, there haven't been any large announcements. However, exchanges such as Bullish, not available in the US, have driven up volume immensely. The coin has a long way to go, but we see above a 5% market cap to volume routinely on weekdays, which is far better than the average stablecoin, excluding the top two, USDT, right, and USDC. So this kind of shows you the market volume in the past 24 hours. Here, the market cap and circulating supply here, right? PayPal coin, we'll just call it that. I like to call it PayPal coin, okay? PayPal coin still has a long ways to go to catch up to, obviously, USDT and USDC, right? The big dogs, Tether and USDC. But it's looking like it's going to break the top 10. So right now it's at number 11, and yeah, it's probably going to break top 10. And I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks top 5 in 2024, okay? So things are definitely on the right track as far as the stable coin overall. But in the last few days, the market cap has grown to 260 million. Again, this is small, but within striking range of top 10. Part of this increase, which isn't circulating just yet, hence the discrepancy, is Frax adopting PayPal coin to becoming the second largest holder of the coin overall. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. So, there's PayPal coin opportunity. I mean, I don't even ever talk about it because it's kind of like just a call option on PayPal. Like what if PayPal ends up having the most widely adopted, let's call it, stable coin in the world? Like how does that change the story for PayPal over the next 5 to 10 years? And especially if crypto gets much bigger over the next 5 to 10 years, which is a high probability. Certainly I'm not the most bullish person in the world on crypto. But with that being said, if I had to make a bet, is crypto much more popular in 5 years or less popular? I'd say much more popular, yeah. 10 years, much more popular. I don't think, the popularity of crypto is going to get less. I think it's going to get more. And so if PayPal's in a position where they can have one of the biggest, or if, dare I say, they end up taking the market someday, right? Which that's going to take them years to likely reach that if they're ever going to get up there to like number 1, number 2 position. Man, what does that do for the PayPal story, right? What does that do for the PayPal story? And I still haven't even figured that out. And I don't have this priced into any of my valuation models in regards to stock or anything like that. This what I look at for this PayPal stablecoin opportunity, I look at it very similar to like how I would look at Tesla when it comes to self-driving vehicle in the self-driving taxi network, right? Where it's like, wow, maybe that could be huge someday, but let's see what happens over the next few years, right? That's where I'm at with this, but there's good progress being made there, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tremendous amount more progress made over this next 1 to 2 years in regards to this. And don't be surprised if you start hearing a lot more about the PayPal stablecoin over the next 12 to 24 months, folks, okay? Now, something else very important I'm starting to see out there now at this point in time is I'm starting to see so many people starting to flip bullish on PayPal. I checked out this article here today. I was bearish on PayPal, but after a 77% decline, now I'm buying. This article just came out, I think, a couple hours ago. This gentleman going all into why he's excited about PayPal, why he thinks it's going to do good. This article came out here today as well. PayPal, operational challenges ahead, but exceptionally undervalued. Now, the interesting thing about this guy and what he has to say in regards to PayPal is he's looking at it a little bit more for a short-term trade perspective of maybe the next year or so, right? And he's talking about holding it till $80 or so. So PayPal's starting to attract not only long-term investors like myself that are excited about PayPal's next 3, 5, 7 years, but it's also starting to attract these folks that are looking at it as kind of like, man, this might be a great play for the next 6 to 12 months here. Ride that baby to $80 or $100 and then flip out of it, because maybe those folks don't want to be in this story long term, right? There's a lot of different market participants trying to achieve different things in the market, right? I checked out Seeking Alpha, and I want to say, like, what are all the most recent articles in regards to stock? It's insane how bullish people are starting to get on PayPal just in the past 1 month. It was not like this in the past, but I can tell you the last 1 month, look at this. Buy, strong buy, buy, strong buy, strong buy, buy. People are starting to flip in mass on the retail side, right, for PayPal, which is very intriguing. But on top of that, we have something very interesting going on the Wall Street side, right? So first thing is, no one has a strong sell on PayPal at this point in time, which shows you how much of a undervalued stock this is, that no one even feels comfortable slapping a strong sell rating on this anymore, which means you've likely definitely formed a bottom on this stock, right? Which is pretty clear in regards to the price action as well, right? But on top of that, we have a startlingly huge, I don't ever remember, ever, seeing 20 hold ratings on a stock in my life. That's insane. Like, I can't even fathom that number. There's 20 analysts that have a hold ratio, have a hold on PayPal. I mean, it's crazy. What happens when some of these hold people start flipping over the bullish side on Wall Street? I think that's going to be a very interesting time. To show you how startling this number is, let me show you the two most followed stocks in the stock market, right? Apple and Microsoft. How many people have a hold on those stocks? So in regards to Apple, 14 people have a hold on Apple, right? That's the giant that is Apple, which, by the way, Dan Ives says Apple's going to $4 trillion next year. We'll see. We'll see. Mr. Softy, Microsoft, has 5 analysts that have a hold on it. And these are the most covered, most popular stocks out there, right? And not even they have anywhere remotely close to as many people. So this is just people, they're not bearish on the stock anymore, right? But they're not ready to flip bullish. So it's going to be interesting to see if Alex Christ pulls through numbers this year and the story, and he starts to attract some of these analysts over to this buy side. Ooh, that's going to be intriguing to see what happens with the stock price. Now, what are the most common questions I get in regards to PayPal, right? Everybody knows I'm very bullish on PayPal. I've been starting to buy the stock very heavily the last 3 to 6 months here, and everybody knows that, right? But the question a lot of people are asking is, when am I going to sell this stock? And I said, let me address this question because I think it is an important question. When am I going to sell PayPal stock? So whenever I think about selling any stock in the market, the first thing I consider is, okay, when do I see this company's revenues or net incomes potentially topping, right? It's a very important question. In regards to PayPal, if I think about their revenue and net income, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't see it anytime soon. If it does happen, it's so many years away, it's hard for me to even see. Like, I can't see anytime soon their revenues going down or the net income going down. For the next several years, I just see their revenues continue to climb year after year after year, the net income climb year after year after year. I don't see it being any different between what I look at on the PayPal side, the Venmo side, which that's a huge monetization opportunity over this next several years, and then when I look at the Braintree side, which has growth for days, I don't see there being any way that this company doesn't grow revenues and net income substantially year after year after year for a long, long time to go in the future. So when I have a stock like that, I can't even think about selling anytime soon. I mean, PayPal could go to 120. It could double from here. And I still wouldn't be selling it. Why wouldn't I be selling it? Let's say PayPal's 120 at this time next year. Why wouldn't I be selling it? The reason I would not be selling it is because I still likely would think the revenues and net incomes are going up dramatically more. So it wouldn't make sense for me to cash out shares. No, I don't know if you guys have seen my base case for PayPal stock over the next several years, but let me run you through those numbers, okay? So every, with all my big positions, I always create like an ultra bearish case for that stock, bear case, base case, bull case, and ultra bullish case for the next 5 years for that stock, okay? So here's my base case for PayPal over the next several years, all right? So I have them doing about 8% revenue growth on average a year for the next several years, and about 16% net income growth. They've shown, if you look at their numbers in the past three quarters or so, they're showing that they're growing their net income at a much faster clip than their revenues, which I don't think is a trend that's going to stop, and I think it's going to continue on. So looking at this here, I have the company getting to, let's call it, if you have a 20 to 30 P, which I think will be very fair for the stock in 2027, you're looking at somewhere between about a 100, once again, share dilution, share buybacks, I can change some things, but these are rough numbers. A market capitalization between $144 billion and $217 billion on this company overall. If you want to pause the video to look more in depth at all my numbers there, you can certainly look more in depth. This is my base case. So my base case, I always think about it as my realistic scenario that I really see happening for the stock. So that means the stock's going to likely 2x to 3x by 2027, which, I don't think I'm taking very much risk in PayPal stock. I do not think this is some stock, I'm going to lose 50% of my money or more on. I don't see it being one of those potential stocks. There's some of those stocks out there, right? This is not one of those where I'm like, dang, man, PayPal down to $30. I'm going to lose 50%. So unrealistic in my personal opinion, right? No, I'm getting close to break even in my big dog count, the public count here. Getting very close to break even on this baby now at this point in time, which, the way I kind of see this stock, and I've told you guys this, I think it's going to be a mini-me meta. I really do. There's so many growth vectors for PayPal. I mean, so many growth vectors all over. It reminds me so much of Meta. Just, it's a year apart, right? No one wanted a piece of Meta last year. No one wanted a piece of PayPal this year, right? It's just a year apart in regards to these guys. So I think this is going to be a mini-me situation in regards to PayPal. And, probably 2 to 3 years out, I'm going to be looking at, I'm not going to be looking at this big of gains because I put a lot more in Meta stock. But I wouldn't be surprised if I'm looking at like $150,000 and maybe $250,000 in gains on the stock 2 to 3 years from now. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Let's just call it that. Kind of what I see. Okay, first big news outside of that in regards to PayPal is PayPal and SAP, which SAP is a giant, to partner to simplify digital payments for businesses. PayPal and SAP have launched an expanded integration to simplify digital payments for SAP customers. Ooh! The collaboration involves the creation of a digital payments plugin for the PayPal Braintree platform. Now, everybody talks about PayPal and Venmo, right? That's what PayPal owns, PayPal and Venmo. But Braintree is so important to the story, and it's such a huge reason why I'm investing in this company actively right now. And it doesn't get enough attention, but I'm just telling you, this business is going to be so important for this next 10 years for PayPal, okay? Which built on it's Braintree to me is like AWS for Amazon. But the difference is no one's paying attention to Braintree today. 5 or 10 years from now, everybody will be paying attention to Braintree. The same way that if we went back 10 years ago, no one paid attention to AWS. And now everybody pays. AWS is the most important thing when you look at Amazon's business model. PayPal's Braintree platform, which is built on SAP Business Technology Platform, the company said in a Thursday press release, as businesses face increasing demands for compliance requirements for payments, many have turned to digital wallets, automated clearinghouses, ACH payments, and credit cards for corporate transactions, according to the release. That's why PayPal teamed up with SAP to develop the PayPal Braintree digital payments app, providing consistent standard access for SAP customers to connect with PayPal's payment processing solutions, said the vice president of channel partnerships at PayPal. The PayPal Braintree digital payments connector allows SAP customers to leverage these funding sources, reducing costs and complexity, the release said. The PayPal Braintree platform offers a wide range of payment choices, including PayPal, Venmo, credit cards and debit cards, and popular digital wallets such as, all the digital wallets out there. Plus, per the release, this comprehensive integration streamlines payment processing and provides a unified solution for managing various payment methods. To facilitate the integration, PayPal developed a digital payments plugin for the PayPal Braintree platform using SAP BTP, according to the press release. SAP BTP combines data analytics, artificial intelligence, application development, automation, and integration into one unified environment. The plugin enables SAP customers, which they got a lot of customers, to easily manage payments online. The collaboration between SAP and PayPal brings numerous benefits to SAP customers, the release said. By connecting to PayPal through the plugin, businesses can experience increased efficiency, cost savings, security, and transparency, and maybe more business. The plugin seamlessly integrates with SAP software environments, ensuring a smooth and certified integration process through the SAP Integration and Certification Center, per the release. It's great to see that technology companies like PayPal use SAP BTP to develop standard adapters that our customers and partners can use during implementation for a consistent customer experience and reduce complexity. So overall, great news, right? And if you didn't know, in regards to Braintree, I mean, they already have a lot of big customers. Airbnb, GitHub, they got huge partnerships with actually Meta, Yelp, Dropbox, Six Flags, Uber. I mean, major players out there, right? And so this is just great to see the Braintree side. And I think, one of the reasons Alex Chriss was brought in is not just to help with innovation when it comes to PayPal and Venmo. I think one of the big reasons he was brought in is because of this Braintree opportunity, which for PayPal, this Braintree opportunity is as big as anything they got going on. And no one really talks about it. But he comes from Intuit. He knows business. He knows small business, mid-sized business. He knows, you need to have everything be connected, seamless experiences. Ease of use is everything, right? And if you look at what they've done with QuickBooks over the years and their TurboTax products and all that at Intuit, it's all about ease of use. Having it be the least complex you can possibly make it. So it's just easy. It just works. And it's just a magical experience. And so I believe that's what he's trying to bring to the Braintree side. And I think long term, I think it's not just going to be about attracting the biggest customers to Braintree, but I think they're going to go down market. I think it's going to be a lot of mid companies. I think even small businesses longer term. And so it's just very exciting times. And it's not talked about, man. It's not talked about nearly enough, but it should be. So when it comes to PayPal, the stock has started to roll a little bit here. I mean, it went from just over $50 to now $60+ pretty quickly. I'm hoping it chills a little bit more. I should have my position fully built out at some point in the first quarter. And then from there, I should just be able to kind of hold it, unless, I still see it as a massive opportunity, which under 100 is a massive opportunity. But, I'm hoping this baby just kind of still stays a little chill here for just a little bit longer so I can buy shares. And then once we go over cost basis, then the fun starts, okay? PayPal, if I recall, PayPal was actually having a good day at one point. I guess none of my charts work properly anymore, so that's kind of disappointing. But oh well, we'll deal with it. But PayPal was actually having a good day. I think PayPal was going to reach a new, let's call it recent high. But, in this market, when it tanked the way it did, no hope there, right? Check this out. Every single stock on my housing watch list was red except for FICO. And my eyes went immediately, or when I was on Twitch and I pulled up my housing stocks watch list, my eyes went directly to one stock specific on here. And that stock is Enphase. My eyes went directly at Enphase here today. And the reason being is, Enphase has been extremely hot the past month, right? I mean, if we want to talk about Enphase, that stock was as cold as mold, pretty much this entire year until the past month. And the past month has gotten red hot. And then you look at a day like today, right? Gives up, at least a decent amount of those gains. The stock was down over $7 a share, down 5.4%. We already took a peek at my stock. It was ugly out there. Oil and gas stocks, a lot of Red Dead Redemption for oil and gas stocks. If we look at semiconductors, it was Red Dead Redemption. But do keep in mind, Micron could potentially help all these guys out tomorrow on the semiconductor watch list. If we look at travel-related stocks, Red Dead Redemption, Airbnb down about 4% here today, Las Vegas Sands down, Wynn Resorts down, CCL down, MGM down, United Airlines down about 3% here today. I mean, Hawaiian Airlines was the only one that was up, but that one does have a merger situation going on, a buyout situation going on with Alaskan Airlines. So do keep that in mind. So the bottom line is the tanking was hard and it was heavy.